Now there's another feature. This is, I didn't discuss this, I don't think, at the last interview. This, may I borrow one of these? This is a device that will fit inside the cell. Here's a picture of it. I'll just show the camera for a second, and you can see the way, that's actually closer to what it would look like. And the idea of this device, which I'll give to you, is that when you take it out of the telephone, you can put the telephone in your handbag. It no longer has to be on yourself. But this device would have to be pinned to your shirt or under a collar, or again, somewhere on your body. Can you comment about the utility of this little insert as opposed to the utility of the phone without the insert?
I think the insert's a good thing, because just in case you're not wearing anything that has pockets, you can put the large piece in your bag. And what will this have, a pin or something?
We haven't really decided what it would have. What do you think it should have?
Something that could stick to you?
Okay, so the pin idea, or a clip or something?
Or something
Well,
like
why
that.
can't it be put in here?
It can.
It can.
When you first, the insert slips into the telephone.
Okay.
The only time you would use this is if you wanted to put the phone in your purse.
If you're wearing something like that doesn't have a pocket, you have to.
I wouldn't bother. I would keep it right in there.
Okay. And that's because you don't mind holding the phone on your body.
No.
Okay.
And
Now,
if I weren't holding the phone, my body, I'd be in the pool. So what's the difference?
okay.
Or in the water, whatever.
Now that brings up the other reason that we have the insert. The phone itself, the Echo, is not waterproof. It's like a regular cell phone. If you drop it in the pool, it's the end of the unit. However, the insert is waterproof. And if, for example, if you said you fell in your bathroom, if that tub was full of water, this would be okay. It wouldn't.
I think this is a wonderful idea. It gives the option of both ways.
Our thought is that you were mentioning a pin or a clip. Our idea was
or
that...
an adhesive of some sort, I don't know what, you know what.
Okay. For the shower, which we think may be something of importance, we were thinking of having a little band that this would stick to. You could put it on the band, and if you fell, you wouldn't even have to reach for it, and then when you're done, you just take it off, or some other way of holding it on to yourself, so that if that did happen, you would be able to
Or
get
even
help.
in the pool, you could have that on with the band, right?
That's correct.
I think it's a good option. I really do.
Claire?
I don't see the need for it because when I'm in the pool, there's always people around. There's always a lifeguard in the pool,
How
and
about if
even
you're
in Florida.
the shower? In Florida, there's no lifeguard, and a lot of times there's nobody
In
around.
Florida, I don't have the same routine, but I'm there.
Well,
in
you have
most
to
of the-
pick in Florida.
I can't see the purpose of it.
Okay.
I'll never remember to take it out and put it on and put it on the arm. I don't, it's not my back.
All right. One of the, what we consider a feature of the Echo is that a family member would be notified if you fell. They would know where you fell, so that if it wasn't something that required an EMS, they would be able to go on their computer and see that you fell. That service could be automatic. It could be that an operator has to call them, but it would give a family member or someone very close to you the ability to go onto the computer and see see what's going on with you from a health and safety perspective.
How would they know to go on the computer?
It would, if you had an accident, they would be contacted by email, by whatever telephone numbers they leave. There would be a checklist of things that would, their cell phone, so forth. The other part, they would be able to go on when there is no notification to say, is Molly up and around? Is everything okay? And it would give them an indication that yes, Molly is okay. Or it would say, it's 2 in the afternoon and I see that Molly is still in bed. She hasn't gotten out of bed today. I wonder if she's ill or something of that nature. Would you have concerns about a family member having that capability, or would you view that as an asset, a benefit?
Benefit.
Okay. Claire?
Benefit.
Okay. Is the Echo something that you would consider when it's available? Is the Echo something that you would consider using for yourself?
I definitely would.
Okay. Claire?
I'm thinking about it, yes.
How much would you expect to pay a single time? Expect to pay for the Echo hardware that would include the insert. The insert, again, would come inside it. What would you expect the cost to be?
I think somewhere around 150 to 200.
Okay. Claire?
I wouldn't go further than 150.
For the monitoring that would do the motion detection, the slip and fall detection, it would have the all sorts of the alerts that would tell the EMS to summons help or notify your family that something has happened. It would include the medicine reminder, whether you used it or not. It would have the location finder, so that if something did happen and you couldn't move, the operator or the EMS would know where you are, and it would be able to be used both in your house and outside your house, and it would also include the charging station. For the service that would do all of that, what do you think would be a reasonable monthly fee for that service?
Well, it's not even a matter of reasonable, it's a matter of how much you can afford. And I'd say around $50 a month.
Okay. Claire?
I would say, right now, I would say maybe $30 a month. Maybe later, I would be willing to pay any amount.
Okay. Because you think that in the future you might be more concerned about
Absolutely.
things happening.
Oh, you
Okay.
do get more concerned as you get older. I'm 9 years older than her,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that I have more concerns than she has. I think it's a wonderful thing. I think it would give you a sense of security that an older person must have.
Okay. Claire?
I really think it's a great idea.
Okay. I thank you,
I
Claire.
don't like to think about the fact that I'm going to need it, but it is a good idea, especially more than when you live alone. The fact that I live in a high-rise, that doesn't mean anything. It's still living alone.
I know when you're in your own apartment, you're alone.
And who would I call?
If you could get to a phone.
Exactly.
That's a very important point.